Before we begin, I'd just like to say that this video is totally not a parody of Sliphantom's Unicum guides for World of Tanks, and that they totally did not inspire me to do this video. You also should totally not check out his channel, because he makes totally awful videos. Let's begin. Normally, I begin these videos telling you some general information about the car I'll be making a guide on, but this time, I'm at a loss for words. I really don't know what this thing is supposed to be. It looks like a little Tykes, but with an engine and a windshield. Honestly, that's my best guess. All I know for sure is that it's tiny. Very tiny. The 1962 P50 was made with one goal in mind, to be the smallest car in the world. And it succeeded. It was listed in the 2010 Guinness World Records as being the smallest production car in the world. A record which it still holds, which should come as no surprise. If it was any smaller, you'd mix it up for a tin can. If, for some reason, you want to drive this death trap around, please seek a psychiatrist. And while you're on your way to one, ride a bicycle, so that you'll hopefully understand how much quicker and safer they are compared to this devilish thing. However, if that doesn't work, and you are still mentally ill to the point of actually wanting to drive this shoebox, your only option is to tune it to A class, and drive it there. But before you do, please listen to me, snap out of it. It's been 5 years, your family is worried. Please, call them back. Think of the kids. The house. Karen. Don't do this to yourself, there is still hope, take your pills. You can only drive this car in A class. You could try your best tuning it for other classes such as D, C, or B, but it's nowhere near as fun. Also, you won't be able to drive those classes in online adventures. Obviously, driving this thing in A class means you will cram ludicrous amounts of power into it, so don't expect the Peel to be easy to drive, because it's actually the exact opposite. This will probably be one of the hardest cars you've ever driven in this game. Also, nobody else will be driving this hellfiend, so don't expect to do well in any race. However, after you've mastered the Peel, you'll be pleased to find out that this fucking thing is unironically one of the best, if not the best A-class cars in the entire game. And I really mean it. I wish I was joking, but this thing is ridiculous. Bone Shakers BTFO. To teach you how to survive in this three-wheeled nightmare, we have brought here a random person from our studio. We couldn't risk losing Sans from Undertale in a terrible car crash, so we needed someone expendable. We hope you understand. Bill here is going to teach you how to drive. The most important thing about driving the Peel is realizing how weight distribution works. As you brake, turn and accelerate, the weight of your car starts shifting to different places. This is visible in a car's body roll, for example. Perfecting weight distribution is the key to making it to the end of the race in the Peel, and taming the beast. Before approaching any corner, brake, even if you feel like all you'd need to do to get past that corner is lift the throttle. You have to keep in mind that this thing is always on the verge of tipping over. Braking will stabilize your car's weight more, and allow you to make it through the corner on all three wheels. When you brake, all of the weight gets shifted to the front of your car, meaning you'll have something weighing down your front wheels. This means you will have grip. Take that chance to steer yourself through the corner, and whatever you do, don't accelerate until you're sure you're done with the corner. Tapping the throttle at low revs is fine. When you accelerate, all of the car's weight gets shifted to the back, meaning your front will have a tendency to lift off the ground, which will cause your front wheels to lose grip and understeer. Only accelerate when you're sure you've hit the apex, and have your car pointing towards the exit of the corner, not the exit of the track. The key to cornering with the Peel is patience. Keep in mind that your acceleration is ridiculously fast, so you can take as much time as you want in the corners, because you're going to breeze past everyone on the corner exit. Your biggest weakness is everything. Literally. Including yourself. Please stop doing this. Karen is worried. Don't do this to the kid. Your biggest weakness are elevation changes, like crests for example. As you're going up a crest, there will be more force weighing the suspension down, meaning you will have more grip. However, once you're at the top of the crest, all of that force will push your car up instead, which will make it lift off the ground. Newton's third law, bitches. In the worst case scenario, this will cause your car to do a wheelie, which can be catastrophic. As soon as you feel your front wheels lift off the ground, drop whatever you're doing, and either brake or let go of the throttle, but most of the time you will need to brake. Even if you're on a straight, you weigh nothing, so every time you hit any debris, you will spin out. You're very easy to ram. Your wheelbase is beyond minuscule, so you're very unstable, not to mention you're always on the verge of tipping over. Also, driving a peel is the Forza equivalent of going toward dressed up in a bullseye, so you're most likely going to get bullied. Alternatively, everyone will feel sorry for you, and won't even dare to touch you. You're also not very good in long straights, or corners, or anything really. But you've got that ridiculous acceleration. Now that you've mastered basic survival techniques, it's time to move on to the car itself. Unfortunately, Bill lost his life in a terrible car crash while making this video. He will be remembered. Anyways, in order to be able to even use the peel for online adventures, you must tune it to A class. In order to do this, you must swap the motorbike engine into it. Don't ask me how it fits in there. Also, don't forget to all-wheel drive swap it, and slap a big old turbo into the thing. I know I said I wouldn't engine or drivetrain swap any cars, but I'm sure we can all agree that this car is an exception. The peel doesn't get race tires, so the biggest amount of grip you can get are the off-road tires. On the bright side, they're better than the stock tires, and will give you a chance on snow. As usual, don't forget to give it a race clutch, transmission, and differential. We will come back for the driveline later. For your own good, get front anti-roll bars, and a race roll cage. Because the car is so tiny, there's nothing we can throw out of it, meaning we can't get weight reduction. So lose some weight yourself, fatty. And lastly, get Forza Aero on both the front and the rear. I tend to be against this, but it is absolutely necessary in this case, or else you will tip over in every corner. Also, remove the back bumper, just because. If you've done everything correctly, you should be at 796 pi. Sadly, we can't reliably make it to the top of A class without sacrificing some important parts, so that's all we can get. Oddly enough, if you go back to drivetrain and try to get a race driveline, it will actually lower your PI despite making the car lighter. Forza Plus fix. Peel P50 to OP. When it comes to rims, your choice is actually quite small, as most of them will be heavier than the stock ones, which isn't really what you want when you've got PI to spare, so only get rims that weigh the same as the stock ones. Now that you're done preparing your coffin, it's time to tune this mischievous little thing. We will start by the aero. Get as much downforce as you can on both the front and the rear. This thing has the weight of a feather, so you need as much downforce as you can get to keep it on the road. Sadly, there's not much we can tune, so from there we are going straight to the anti-roll bars. Tune it so that they're about 60 to 75% of the bar through. For gearing, adjust your final drive all the way to speed. The motorbike engine has plenty of acceleration by default. And lastly, for your differential, adjust your front acceleration towards 100%. If you feel like this is too much, feel free to tune it down, but don't go below 75. Keep your deceleration at 0%. Do the same for the rear settings, and set your balance to 33%. And that's it. If you feel like all of that was too complicated, you can just download the tune from my Forza storefront. My gamer tag is Flamethrower XXX. Now that your shoebox of doom is ready, go get some podium finishes. And remember the kids. And Karen. Please come back, it's been 5 years. Take your pills, and for the love of God stop driving that thing. Lastly, because this is a 25,000 subscriber special, I would like to include a little bonus. Here is a full, unedited clip of one of the most ridiculous races I've had in this thing. Thank you for watching, and enjoy.
Hello there.